1 second pause. Um, Imagine the smell of warm sugar.
Oh, yeah. That is a great smell.
Right. Think about rich, dark chocolate. It is melting in a hot oven.
Mm.
The sweet air fills the kitchen. Now, for a little girl named Jessica, that warm smell doesn't just mean cookies are ready to eat.
Right. It means something more.
Exactly. It means her grandmother is there. It means she is safe. It means love.
1 second pause.
Yes. Welcome to the Deep Dive. I am very happy you're here with us today.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Today, we are looking at a wonderful stack of sources. We have articles and stories and research about the past.
We have a lot of good things to share.
We do. We're going to explore childhood memories, favorite foods, and the science of the human brain.
1 second pause. And we will also look at how our old memories change the way we live today, right now, in the year 2026.
Yes, exactly. But first, we need to talk about how we will speak today.
1 second pause.
Yes.
Yes. This is very important. Hello to you listening right now. I am very glad to be here.
We are so happy you're listening.
As we start, I want to say something important to you. Today, we are going to speak very slowly.
Right. Very, very slowly.
We will use simple, clear English. We will take our time to explain new words, and we will explain big ideas.
You don't need to rush. Just relax.
Yes, relax, listen carefully, and learn with us. This is a safe space to practice your English.
1 second pause.
Mhm.
It is also a safe space to remember the good times from your own life.
1 second pause. What's fascinating here is how a simple memory of a cookie can teach us so much about the human brain.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
It seems like just a sweet treat, but it is actually a key that opens the deepest parts of our minds.
1 second pause. Let's jump right in. Let's start with a story from our sources. It is from Max Daily English.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's picture a young girl. Her name is Jessica.
Right, Jessica.
Let's think about Jessica when she was very small. Let's think about her childhood.
1 second pause. If you are taking notes, let's spell that word.
Good idea.
Childhood. Childhood.
Childhood.
Yes. Your childhood is the time when you are a young child, before you become an adult.
It is a very important time. Everything is new.
Right. Everything is big. For Jessica, her childhood was filled with a very specific, happy routine.
1 second pause.
Yeah.
Yes, a beautiful routine. Every Sunday, Jessica went to her grandmother's house.
Sunday was a special day.
Her grandmother was a wonderful cook. She didn't buy food from the store in plastic bags.
No, she made it herself.
She made food with her own hands. Jessica's absolute favorite food in the whole world was her grandmother's cookies.
Homemade chocolate chip cookies.
1 second pause.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's really picture this kitchen. It is Sunday afternoon.
The sun is shining through the window.
Yes, the kitchen is warm. Jessica is very young, so she is quite short.
She cannot reach the top of the kitchen counter.
Right. She wants to help her grandmother. So what does she do?
She pulls a heavy wooden chair across the floor.
Yes, and she climbs up on the chair. Now she is tall enough.
She can see everything on the counter.
1 second pause. I love that image. Standing on a chair just to see the bowl.
Me too. So they start to bake together.
And baking means cooking in an oven.
Right. First, her grandmother brings out a large bowl.
They pour in the flour. Flour is the soft white powder you use to make bread.
It flies into the air, right?
Yeah, like a little white cloud. Then they add the sugar, a lot of sweet sugar.
Oh, of course.
Then they add the butter. And finally, the most important part.
The chocolate chips.
Yes. Small, sweet pieces of dark chocolate.
1 second pause. Jessica uses a big wooden spoon. She pushes the spoon through the flour and the sugar and the butter.
It is heavy. She mixes and mixes.
Soon, the white powder is gone. It becomes something new. It becomes dough.
1 second pause. Let's break down that word. Dough.
Yes, it is spelled D-O-U-G-H, dough.
D-O-U-G-H.
Exactly. Dough is the thick, soft mixture. It is flour and water or butter.
Right. It is what you have before you put it in the oven.
You can't bake bread or cookies without making dough first.
So Jessica and her grandmother roll the dough into small balls.
Round balls. They place them on a metal tray.
1 second pause. And then the tray goes into the hot oven. They close the oven door.
And they wait.
This is when the magic happens. After 10 or 15 minutes, the smell begins.
The heat changes the dough.
Yeah. The sugar gets hot. The chocolate melts. The smell comes out of the oven.
It fills the kitchen.
It travels down the hall. It fills the entire house.
1 second pause. In the source material, Jessica is an adult now, but she talks about that smell.
What does she say?
She says a very beautiful phrase. She says, "It smelled like love."
Wow. It smelled like love.
Let's think about that. Love isn't a food. You can't touch love.
Right. Love is a strong feeling of caring.
But for Jessica, the smell of the sugar and the chocolate was exactly the same as the feeling of her grandmother's love.
1 second pause.
Okay.
Let's unpack this. Why do we remember smells so well?
That is a great question.
Why does Jessica, as a grown woman today, still feel love when she smells a cookie?
It is interesting, right?
Yeah, why does a smell hold on to a feeling? It seems like magic. But I know there is science behind it.
1 second pause. There is a lot of science behind it. Our sources from Macmillan give us a very clear explanation.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's look at the science of the human nose and the human brain. It starts with something called smell receptors.
Receptors? What are they?
Receptors are tiny parts inside your nose. They act like little hands.
Little hands catching smells.
Yes, they catch the smells that float in the air.
1 second pause.
Yeah.
So how many of these tiny receptors do we have?
1 second pause. The human nose has about 20 million smell receptors.
Wait, 20 million?
Yes, that is a 2 with 7 zeros. 20 million.
Wow.
It sounds like a huge number. And it is a lot. It helps us smell coffee in the morning or rain on the street.
1 second pause. 20 million. That is a lot of little hands catching smell.
1 second pause. It is. But let's compare it to an animal. Think about a dog.
Okay, a dog.
A specific type of dog called a bloodhound.
Oh, they have long ears, right?
Yes. A bloodhound has long ears and a very big nose. A bloodhound doesn't have 20 million receptors.
How many do they have?
A bloodhound has 220 million smell receptors.
1 second pause. Wow, really? 220 million?
Yes.
That is 11 times more than us.
Why do dogs need so many more?
1 second pause. It is about survival.
Survival.
Yes. To survive means to stay alive. A dog uses its nose for everything.
Right.
It smells to find food. It smells to find water. It smells to know if a dangerous animal is near.
So dogs see the world through their noses.
Exactly. We don't need to do that. We have eyes that see many colors.
And we have language to ask for food.
Right. We don't need 220 million receptors to stay alive.
1 second pause. So our sense of smell is much weaker than a dog's sense of smell.
Very much weaker.
But here is where I'm confused. If our sense of smell is weaker, why is Jessica's memory of the cookie so strong?
Ah, that is the best part.
Why do smells bring back our childhood memories instantly? 1 second pause. That is the most interesting part. It is not about the nose. It is about the brain.
The brain.
Let's look inside the human brain. Your brain is the boss of your body.
Right. It controls everything.
It controls what you think, what you feel, and what you remember.
Yes.
Inside the brain, there are different areas for different jobs.
1 second pause.
Right.
Right. Like an area for seeing, an area for hearing, an area for moving your arm.
1 second pause. Exactly. There is an area for processing smells.
Okay.
It processes the information from the 20 million receptors in your nose. Scientists call this area the olfactory cortex.
Olfactory cortex.
Yes. Olfactory just means having to do with smell. The olfactory cortex is the smell center.
1 second pause. The olfactory cortex. Got it.
1 second pause. Now, there's another area in the brain. It has a different job.
What does it do?
Its job is to handle strong emotions. Emotions like fear, joy, love, and anger.
Okay.
It also handles deep memories. This area is called the amygdala.
1 second pause. The amygdala. So let me try a visual analogy here. I want to make sure I understand. I want to picture this clearly.
Okay.
Let's imagine the human brain is a big house. A very large, beautiful house with many different rooms.
1 second pause. I like this analogy. Let's walk through this house.
1 second pause.
Okay.
In one corner of the house, there is a room. This room is the olfactory cortex. It is the smell room.
Yes, the smell room.
Every time you smell a flower or a fire or a cookie, the information goes into this smell room.
1 second pause.
Yes, exactly.
1 second pause. And then there is the amygdala, the memory and emotion room.
Right.
What you're saying is that these two rooms are not far apart.
No, they are not.
They're right next to each other. They share a wall, and there's an open door between them.
1 second pause. That is exactly right. The door is wide open. The smell room and the emotion room are connected directly.
Oh, I see.
When the smell of the cookie enters the smell room, it doesn't have to walk down a long hallway to find the memory room.
No. It steps right through the open door. It hits the memory and the feeling instantly.
1 second pause. That makes perfect sense. This is why a smell can hit you so fast.
Yes, it is immediate.
You can just be walking down the street. You smell a specific perfume, and suddenly, in 1 second, you are not an adult on a street.
No, you are a child again.
You are 10 years old again, standing next to your mother. The smell walks right through the open door into the memory.
1 second pause. Yes. The source points out that smell helps us remember things from our very early childhood.
Better than other things.
It works better than words. It works better than looking at old photographs.
Really?
Yes. A picture might make you smile, but a smell actually makes you feel the way you felt back then. It transports you.
1 second pause. Wow, this means Jessica's love for her grandmother is safely stored right next to the smell of warm sugar.
And melting chocolate.
That is a wonderful piece of science. But food is just one way our brain anchors us to the past. Let's look at more stories from the sources.
We have several good stories.
We have sources from the Daily Dialogue, Talk Sophia, and Love English. They talk about other favorite foods and what they really mean.
1 second pause. Let's do that. We don't only remember sweet things like cookies. We also remember savory things.
Savory. What does that mean?
Savory means salty or spicy, not sweet.
Okay, savory.
And let's talk about a boy named Eric.
1 second pause. Eric's story is great. When Eric was a child, his favorite food was pizza.
Pizza is very popular.
Yes, it is. Let's describe Eric's pizza night. It wasn't just eating food, it was a whole routine.
Right.
Eric's dad didn't call a restaurant on the phone. He didn't bring home a cardboard box with a cold pizza.
No, he made the pizza himself.
Exactly. In their own kitchen. And he only did this on Fridays.
1 second pause. Friday was a very specific day for this. Friday is the end of the school week.
And the end of the work week.
It is a day when people start to relax. So Friday was officially pizza night for Eric and his father.
1 second pause. Let's picture Eric's kitchen on a Friday night.
Yeah.
His dad rolls up his sleeves.
He puts flour on the table.
He takes out a large ball of dough. We know that word now.
Yes, dough. The soft bread mixture.
He presses the dough. He stretches the dough with his hands. He makes it into a large, flat circle. Eric stands next to him, watching carefully.
1 second pause. Then comes the sauce. The dad opens a jar of red tomato sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
It smells like garlic and green herbs. He uses a big spoon. He spreads the red sauce all over the white dough.
It makes a beautiful circle of red.
1 second pause. Yes. Then comes Eric's favorite part, the cheese.
Ah, the cheese.
Eric loved extra cheese. His dad takes large handfuls of soft white cheese.
He drops the cheese all over the red sauce.
He puts extra cheese right in the middle, just for Eric.
1 second pause. They slide the pizza into a very hot oven. They wait. After a while, they pull it out.
The edges of the bread are brown and crunchy.
And the cheese is hot, melted, and bubbling. It looks delicious.
1 second pause, but the memory doesn't stop with taking it out of the oven.
No, it doesn't.
They cut the hot pizza into slices. They carry the plates into the living room.
They sit on the sofa together.
They eat the hot pizza and they watch a movie. It is just Eric and his dad laughing at a movie on a Friday night.
1 second pause. This brings up a very important point from our sources. I want to ask you, the listener, a question.
Listen carefully to this.
Think deeply about Eric's story. Was the pizza good? Yes, the pizza was probably very good. But was the taste of the cheese the best part of the night?
Was the tomato sauce the most important thing?
1 second pause. It's a great question. If Eric went to a fancy Italian restaurant and ate a perfect pizza, would it be a better memory?
1 second pause. The sources say no. The food was delicious, but feeling happy and feeling safe was the most important part.
Feeling safe.
Eric felt safe with his dad. He felt relaxed after a long week of school. He felt the love of his father taking the time to make his favorite food.
So the pizza was just a part of the feeling.
1 second pause. Yes, we see this over and over in the source materials. People think they are remembering a specific food, but they are actually remembering the feeling of love and connection.
Right.
Let's look at another example. There is a story about a grandmother's Sunday pasta.
Pasta. That is food like spaghetti, right?
Yes. Pasta is made from flour and water. Sunday pasta is a very old tradition in many families.
1 second pause. In this story, the grandmother made a huge pot of hot pasta every Sunday. The whole family came over, aunts, uncles, cousins.
A lot of people.
There were maybe 15 people sitting around one large wooden table. They were all talking loudly.
They were laughing.
They were passing bowls of food back and forth. The pasta was good, but the real memory is the loud, happy family table.
Yes, the feeling of belonging to a big group.
1 second pause. The source from Toxophia shares a quieter story, though.
Oh, yes. The quiet story.
It is a story about a young woman visiting her aunt. Her aunt lived in a small, quiet house. It was a rainy afternoon.
1 second pause. I love rainy afternoon stories.
Me too. What did the aunt make for her?
1 second pause. She didn't make a huge, complicated meal.
No.
She made a simple bowl of hot soup. She made a pot of hot tea. And she baked a very simple cake.
Not a fancy cake.
No, it wasn't a fancy cake with lots of sugar flowers. It was just a plain, simple cake. But they sat at the small kitchen table.
Right.
They drank the tea. They ate the simple cake. And they talked.
1 second pause. They talked for a long time.
1 second pause. Yes. They sat there for 3 whole hours.
Wow, 3 hours.
3 hours of talking. The young woman asked her aunt about the past. The aunt told stories about the family history.
That is wonderful.
The simple food allowed them to sit together. It gave them a reason to stop rushing and just be together for 3 hours.
1 second pause. Here's another feeling of warmth. A story about a cold, snowy day. Have you ever looked out the window and seen heavy, white snow falling from the sky?
Yes, it is very cold outside.
The wind is blowing,
Yeah.
but inside, it is a different world.
1 second pause.
Uh.
Inside, you are protected. You are warm.
1 second pause. In this story, a child comes inside after playing in the cold snow. Their hands are cold, their face is red.
Poor thing.
The parent makes a big cup of hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is a sweet drink made of warm milk and cocoa powder.
It is thick and hot.
1 second pause. And they add marshmallows.
Marshmallows, what are they?
Marshmallows are small, white candies. They are soft like little clouds. When you put them in the hot chocolate, they start to melt.
1 second pause. The child takes the warm cup in their cold hands. They sit by the window.
They drink the hot, sweet chocolate.
And they watch the cold snow falling outside.
This is a perfect time to introduce a great English word. If you have a notebook, write this down. The word is cozy.
Cozy.
C-O-Z-Y, cozy.
1 second pause. Cozy is one of the best words in English. It means you are warm, safe, and comfortable, right? When the weather is bad outside, but you are wrapped in a soft blanket with a hot drink inside, that is cozy.
The memory of the hot chocolate is really a memory of feeling completely cozy and protected.
1 second pause. We have one more food memory from the Macmillan source. It takes us away from the cold snow and brings us to the summer.
The summer.
A 10-year-old child goes to the seaside. The seaside is the beach where the land meets the ocean.
1 second pause. The seaside is full of strong smells. You can smell the salt in the water. You can smell the hot sand.
1 second pause. In this memory, the child is walking by the water. They hear the waves crashing, and they're eating candy floss.
Yeti floss.
Candy floss is also called cotton candy. It is a very strange and wonderful food.
It is made completely of pink sugar.
Yes, it looks like a large pink cloud on a stick. It is completely sweet.
The memory is eating this sweet pink cloud while looking at the blue ocean.
1 second pause. All of these stories feature family and love, but the sources are honest. Family is not always perfectly happy all the time.
No, definitely not.
Sometimes being with family is difficult, especially when you are young. Let's look at a story about siblings.
Siblings. That means a brother and a sister.
1 second pause. Yes, the brother and sister story. When these two siblings were small children, they fought all the time.
They yelled at each other.
They argued, they fought over the television, they fought over toys.
If their mother cut a piece of cake, they fought over who got the slightly bigger piece.
1 second pause. But time passes. Children grow up. Now they are adults. They are grown-up people.
And things have changed.
Now they are very good friends. They call each other on the phone almost every day.
The source uses a phrasal verb to describe them now.
The phrase is get along.
Let's spell it. G-E-T space A-L-O-N-G. Get along.
1 second pause. I use this phrase a lot. Get along. Let's explain exactly what it means.
1 second pause. To get along means to have a good, friendly relationship with someone. It means you do not fight.
You understand each other.
You enjoy being together. When the brother and sister were young, they did not get along. They argued over the cake.
But now as adults, they get along wonderfully.
1 second pause. I want to push back on something here. Let me ask you a challenging question.
Okay, go ahead.
We've talked about a lot of food. The pink sugar in the candy floss, the extra fat in the melted pizza cheese, the sweet chocolate chips in the cookies.
Yes, lots of tasty things.
Be honest with me. Is it just the sugar and the fat that makes us remember? Our bodies love sugar. Is it just biology, or is it really the people?
1 second pause. It's a fair question. The sugar and the fat certainly create a strong reaction in the brain. They taste good.
Very good.
But the science and the stories show that the food alone is not enough.
It's not.
No. If you eat candy floss alone in a dark room, you will not remember it in 20 years. The deep, lasting memory is always about the people.
1 second pause. So the food is just a tool.
1 second pause. The sources use a very powerful metaphor. They say the food is an anchor.
An anchor. Let's look at that word.
A-N-C-H-O-R, anchor.
An anchor is a large, heavy piece of iron. It is tied to a ship with a long chain.
Right. When the ship wants to stay in one place, the sailors drop the anchor into the deep water.
The heavy iron hits the bottom of the ocean. It digs into the sand.
It stops the ship from floating away. It holds the ship steady and safe.
1 second pause, I see. So the taste of the pizza is the anchor.
1 second pause. Exactly. The food is the anchor for your mind. The smell of the cookie or the taste of the warm soup drops down into your brain.
It holds the memory in place.
It stops the memory from floating away into the past. The food is the anchor, but the ship itself, the important thing being held safe, is the feeling of love, the feeling of safety.
1 second pause. That is a beautiful way to understand it. The food is the heavy iron anchor. The memory is the beautiful ship of love.
Exactly.
But food is not the only anchor we have. Let's transition to the next part of our outline. Sometimes it is not what we taste that sticks with us.
No, sometimes it is what we do.
It is the simple activities of childhood. Let's look at how completing a small task can stay in our minds forever.
1 second pause. The tiny, small moments in time. Let's start with a story about fireflies.
Fireflies. This is a very visual memory. Let's paint a picture of it.
1 second pause. Let's explain fireflies first for anyone who doesn't have them in their country.
F-I-R-E-F-L-I-E-S.
Fireflies. A firefly is a small, flying bug.
In the daytime, it looks like a normal, boring brown bug.
But at night, magic happens.
The bottom of the bug's body lights up. It glows.
It shines in the dark like a tiny yellow lamp flying through the air.
1 second pause. The story takes place on a warm summer evening. The sun has gone down. The sky is dark blue.
The air is warm and comfortable.
The whole family is outside in the backyard. The backyard is the grassy area behind the house.
1 second pause. What are they doing? Are they having a big party? Are they spending a lot of money?
No. They are doing something very simple. They are catching fireflies.
The children run across the dark grass. They see a small yellow light blinking in the air.
They reach out with their small hands. They gently catch the bug.
1 second pause. They hold their hands closed. They peek through their fingers.
They can see the tiny yellow light glowing inside their own hands. It is amazing.
And then the best part. They open their hands. The bug is safe.
It flies up into the dark sky, glowing brightly.
1 second pause. The parents are watching. Everyone is laughing softly. The air is warm. It is a tiny, simple moment.
It costs zero money, but it is perfect. It is a moment of pure peace.
1 second pause. It is the simple moments that build us. They teach us how to feel peace. Now, let's look at another moment. This one is not peaceful.
Oh.
This one is scary. It is a story about learning to ride a bicycle.
1 second pause. Ah, the bicycle. Almost everyone remembers this. This story is about a grandfather and an 8-year-old child.
They are standing on a quiet street.
There are no cars driving past, just the trees, the road, the grandfather, and the child with a small bicycle.
1 second pause. Learning to ride a bike is a very hard task for a child. You must balance on 2 thin wheels.
The child is scared. The child's heart is beating fast.
The child thinks, I am going to fall. This is a bad idea.
And the child does fall. They try to pedal, the bike tips over, and they fall on the hard road.
They scrape their knee. It hurts.
1 second pause. The child wants to quit. The grandfather is there.
The grandfather is very patient.
He doesn't yell. He doesn't say, hurry up. He just picks the bike up.
He holds the back of the seat to keep it steady. He tells the child to get back on.
He gives one piece of very simple advice. He says, just look ahead. Don't look down at your feet. Look at where you want to go. Look ahead.
1 second pause. The child tries again. The grandfather runs behind the bike, holding the seat.
The child is pedaling fast.
And then, quietly, the grandfather lets go. He stops holding the bike. He stops running. He just watches.
1 second pause. The child doesn't know the grandfather let go. The child keeps pedaling for 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds.
The child is riding completely alone.
The wind is blowing in their face. They are balancing. They are doing it. It is an amazing feeling of freedom and success.
1 second pause. This kind of moment is very important in psychology. We call this a milestone.
A milestone.
I will spell this for our listeners. M-I-L-E-S-T-O-N-E. Milestone.
M-I-L-E-S-T-O-N-E.
A milestone is a major important event in your life.